here was the original guitar part. You got that? I mean, that's a real beefy riff, which I moved away from because I thought it took power away from the vocal. So when the vocal melody comes in, if you've heard this big blasting monster guitar already saying it, and then the vocal comes in, you've just deflated that balloon. I also did it because I felt like it was just right on that edge of corny. At the end of the day, one of my big rules is like, I ask myself, does this serve the song? And if the answer is no, then it's unfortunate, but sometimes you really just have to be merciless with your editing. And it's fine. Again, there's no wasted effort. Save it for a different song. You can always throw it in there. I mean, okay, so I changed that. I think there were different instruments that could support the vocal a bit better there, and also I wanted to make that part really syncopated. I think I was thinking about the Pointer Sisters or something, just something really syncopated. Again, the tension and release, dut, 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 angular, and then it releases into that. And it's always this dance in music and in life between rigidity and fluidity. You have this very kind of strict beat. This is definitely on the grid. There's no movement here. This is the kind of beat, this like strict Germanic thing that actually could support a ooh, this waterfall thing going down. At this tempo, it didn't have any power, so I changed the tempo and I changed the key. So that became the lick, and definitely more in that. Again, I mean, I was just like referencing Dr. Dre. So it's just like little and kind of funk idiomatic, and better for my voice to sing all the parts. You dress me up, please, please. Every singer has a couple different breaks in their voice. And what I mean by a break, it's a place where you go from your chest voice into your head voice. Because this song goes from chest voice to head voice, and then goes from head voice all the way down into chest voice, I just had to pick the key of it pretty thoughtfully. I'd added a bass, and this bass is one of the great bass players of life, Pino Palladino, and he came in to play, and he's playing. Keep you on your best behavior, honey, I can't be your savior. And it's love you to the grave and father, honey, I am not your mother. He's playing the great thing, I mean, he's playing these little melodic lines with a fair amount of notes in them, but because it's in the bass register and not something really high, which your ear hears higher things, there's something called perceived loudness, so it hears higher things as louder than they actually are in decibel levels because of the way that sound travels. So he's playing, but it just adds this, again, fluidity against the rigidity of these very sort of Germanic drums. Usually the reason you're asking someone to play is that you like what they can do and you like their voice. So it's always a balance between allowing someone to be themselves and experiment, and also guiding them toward what it is you want if those things don't align. Always be prepared to be pleasantly surprised. that someone can play something that you go, oh my God, that's awesome. We're going to chase that down. We're going to follow that thing. This galvanized the whole song. So that can be scary, but there's nothing lost in chasing an idea down a rabbit hole. I ended up enlisting a great pedal steel player named Greg Leese, and he added this. So Greg played this beautiful thing that just added, I think, the extra sorrow. Lap steel to me is a very sorrowful instrument. That under the word please sung over and over again hopefully creates an emotional effect. Counter melody is really, really important. It's just something other than the main vocal melody that adds just a little bit of intrigue. A lot of times counter melodies can be hooks.
But I keep you on your best behavior. Honey, I can't be your savior.
So at some point, there was this. I think my friend Thomas might have done this. So he was trying to play kind of a counter melody. I ended up abandoning this, though, and just trying to make it as syncopated, just clean and syncopated as possible.
But I keep you on your best behavior. Honey, I can't be your savior.
But one thing that does do is it provides a counter melody. Here's a good example of counter melody. Okay, so I'm singing, please. While I'm going down, my friend Bobby Sparks is going up. So for the end, the effect that we're going for is this kind of like swirling whirlpool, things going up, things going down, just to create this sense of being slightly disoriented in a narcotic way. So I just played you things that I did more or less in my house, in my home studio, and now we're gonna go into a proper recording studio and see the inner workings of that.